The next question stays on schools, but a slightly different tone. Do you think prayer has a place in public schools, and do you think children should be required to recite the Pledge of Allegiance? And we'll begin with you.
Me? Okay. Okay. This is a difficult question. I get to go first, okay. I do believe in separation of church and state. So if a child wants to pray, I think they should be allowed to pray. To have prayer led by a teacher or administrator, I think that sort of crosses the line from what our founders introduced to try to separate church and state. Because we're a melting pot, does that mean that if we would allow that, you have prayer time for our brothers and sisters that are Muslim? They pray 2 or 3 times a day. So I believe that children should be allowed to pray when they want to. I do believe that, saying the Pledge of Allegiance is important and a necessity. I think that kids don't often understand the importance of, the history of the United States. So saying the Pledge of Allegiance, I think, just helps them understand, what it means to be an American, and what it means to, help your brothers and sisters. I believe that that it should be said in school.
To be clear, do you believe it should be required?
The Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah.
No, I do not believe it should be required.
All right, and sorry. Yeah.
So I absolutely believe that prayer should not be mandated in school, public schools anyway. Private schools, we do what they want because they're private. But I do believe it should be set aside, as Gary alluded to, if a child wants to go say a prayer, have a place for them to go do that on their own time, and as long as they don't abuse it. You know how kids are. I got to go pray. I'm like, that's the 5th time right now this hour, Johnny. And so, they try to get away with stuff, but that's okay. And as far as the Pledge of Allegiance, I do think it brings a sense of unity, but should it be required? No, I think, again, it's a personal choice. You can get up and say it, and if you don't get up and say it, then that's fine too. Because not everybody feels that sense of allegiance or wants to, say that pledge. I know that our former president doesn't know how to say it, so obviously he went to private school. Because everybody that I grew up with, we all said the Pledge of Allegiance. But is it going to be a requirement? No. Again, we need to start giving our children a little bit more credit for the intelligence that they bring and let them make those decisions on their own. So that's my thought.
So regarding prayer in school, I'm a little conflicted. I do believe that having prayer over meal, it's kind of like transferring your experience from your home into your school. I think that children should be allowed to pray in school if they want to. And I'm kind of torn about whether or not the teacher should lead it or not. I think if you got a group of kids and they'll say, anybody got a problem with us giving a shout out or a prayer, and you get consensus, then I think there should be able to be prayer in school, provided it's agreed upon by that group of people, and they say yes. Regarding the Pledge of Allegiance, yes, we all need to say it, because we are a diverse nation, and that Pledge of Allegiance is the thing that, it should be the glue that centers us and keep us focused on who we are as a country, because otherwise everything else is optional. But that one thing we need to agree on, and we need to say it every day from K through 12, and somehow even create an understanding such that they really understand what the meaning of the words are. It's one thing to say it, it's one thing to know what it really means. So that means we need to teach it a little bit better, because that's the unifying glue for us as Americans.